It is time to paint. So I'm just gonna basically cover as a base coat. I use the old, I take Mod Podge and just some black acrylic paint, mix them together, and I get black Mod Podge basically. So I'm just going to use a foam brush and just smear it all over everything. I think I will start at the bottom, work my way up. Maybe by the time I finish a level, the previous level will be dry. So let's pull those off. And we'll pull that off. And we pull this off. And this is my bottom layer. I didn't really get that texture, but it's going to be hard to get this guy even in there to texture. I made it thin, but not that thin. I think I'll texture the top of that just so it doesn't look like this flat. That's good enough. That looks good. I'm going to flip it over just to get any little crumbs that might still be in there. I'll paint the outer edge later. I'm going to start with the inside. Pour some into this tray, but I'm going to go through it so fast. A lot of times what I'll do is just pour the paint in and then spread it around with this. So let's do that. So there's my Mod Podge paint mixture. Gonna pour that in there, spread it around. The foam will tear up your brush, so I just use these cheap little foam brushes. Throw them away when I'm done. The darkest map I've ever made, but it says obsidian, so this is obsidian. Okay, I think that is everything. Just double check to make sure I didn't leave any pools anywhere. And there's a little bit right there. Spread those out. Looks pretty good. Yeah, it's already starting to dry in a lot of places. Puddles. So I'm going to let this dry. Start on the next little pieces. Okay, I've got the painting or the base coat all finished here. Everything's all blackened out. I use the black paint in the Mod Podge system. But I've got all the layers painted here. Got that layer all the way down. So now we're ready to start doing the detail painting. I'm going to take some gray, like a zinc gray, dark gray paint, and do some dry brushing with it. Hit all these edges along there, kind of highlight that. This is obsidian, so it's mostly black, so I'm going to go really light with it, but I do want to highlight some details just so we see that a little better. It's not all black. So I'm going to get my paints out and get started on that. So like I said, I'm using the Deco Art Americana Zinc. It's a dark, really dark gray. And for dry brushing, for big areas, I like these big. I usually use makeup brushes, anything that's got real fluffy. But I'm going to be doing some detailed areas. I don't want it everywhere, so I'm going to use a smaller brush to kind of point the areas, highlight the areas I want. And then this big brush here I'm going to use on the probably the ground area, so I can cover more area faster. Probably go through with this brush first and then do any detailing with the smaller one afterwards. So I will pour some of this out into a little palette there and start brushing that. Alright, ready to paint this. I changed the camera angle, so hopefully get a little bit more of this in the picture. So I'm using my zinc. Just gonna put a little bit on the palette here. And I'm going to start off with this big brush to cover big areas. So just dab a little bit onto the brush, and then you kind of work it in. When you first start off with a dry brushing, it takes a minute to get the paint really worked into your brush. But I want to kind of get as much off of that as I can. And then I'm just going to kind of lightly start brushing it in. section's about done. Goes pretty quickly because you're not painting a whole lot. Just trying to highlight the edges. And you just keep going until you're happy with the results. Looking pretty good. This isn't really part of the map, but I'll hit this edge anyways. Just to help blend it in. That looks good. That looks good. Pyramid stays black, so I'm not going to paint it at all. That's looking pretty good. These are all kind of high traffic areas, so I have to look a little more wear in these areas.